Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Bringing Yoga into Our Daily Lives here at the Sika Senior Activity Center. Today is Friday, and I'm trying not to be late. We start at noon now. Of course, it looks like it's about 12:10, so somewhere between noon and 12:10. Sorry for those who got on earlier and didn't see me. So hopefully you catch this recording a little bit later and are able to work through your yoga and breath with me. All right, let's get started. So today is about Vishuddha chakra. This is our throat chakra right here at the base of the throat. Usually it's also has maybe a little bit of an indent. That's about where the throat chakra is. And it also coincides with our thyroid gland. So just keeping in mind the thyroid also gets exercised with our throat chakra, which will help all sorts of things. All right, so the Vishuddha governs communication. Sound is produced into the air through vocal cords and a vibration from our throat, which then it can be felt in our ears and throughout our entire body. This important instrument connects us through communication and expression. The throat chakra is seen as the bottleneck, so even just noticing the shape of it, the rest of our body and head is obviously bigger than our neck, hopefully. So it is considered that smaller portion where the energy must move through to get into the third eye. So we're moving into higher realms. The bottleneck is that purification center. All right. It's also considering the movement of energy throughout our body. All right, honoring our senses as we align our vision and wisdom from our third eye. So we're trying to connect our throat to our heart chakra as well as our third eye, which is right between the brows and deep within the mind. So between left and right hemisphere of the brain. Honoring our senses as we align our vision from wisdom, third eye, compassion, kindness, and empathy from our heart. So that's what we're looking for. Here we can practice clear communication, being assertive, expressing our needs, speaking our truth without poison or harm to others. So I like to say right there, how we do that is taking those deep breaths like we learn in yoga. So taking those deep breaths to allow you to slow down, being able to filter our thoughts before we speak and trying to align with our heart, which has compassion and empathy. So when we do speak, trying to speak with kindness. Speaking our truth without poison or harm to ourselves and others. Ojas is the metaphor for the body's natural honey or force that allows us to sustain change over time without becoming negative towards ourselves or others. So knowing change always changes, and it's changing our environment, ourselves. So just being able to move through that without getting stuck or slamming on the brakes. You can consider it as protection or a strong container. We seek to be more impervious to the negativity of others, always in the practice of equanimity, to temper ourselves as we practice the art of letting go. So today we'll start with a mudra and a mantra. So it will be breath, kindness, and truth. So get comfortable in your seat. Make sure you find that alignment here, grounding through the soles of the feet. Roll the shoulders back. Start to bring our gaze inward. So either finding a gaze that suits the length of our spine or even closing the eyes here. Now let's go ahead and bring palms together. And as we bring palms and fingertips close together, fingers close, we're just going to point those fingertips right towards the throat chakra for our mudra today. And our mantra is breath, kindness, and truth. So just inhaling deeply and exhaling, releasing. Remember to allow the shoulders to relax even while we're in this position. Allow the chin to slightly tuck in. Checking in with the body, with our alignment. Breath, kindness, truth. One more breath. Releasing the mantra, starting to open the eyes, releasing breath, kindness, truth. Relax the shoulders. Palms are going to come forward, thumbs out to the side. Let's inhale and bring the arms all the way up. And exhale, just release back down. Inhale, bringing it up and over. And exhale. So with the throat chakra today, we're going to do again our Ujjayi breath. Inhale. And exhale. So this should start to slow us down. You're contracting the glottis muscle right behind the throat. And as that slight contraction, you could always use the palm of your hand and practice this by trying to fog the mirror, imagining the mirror in front and taking a nice deep breath. And exhale. So that noise you're creating, you're going to create that with tightening of the throat and closing the mouth. Let's go ahead and move one more time with this breath so we get used to moving with it. Inhale. Knowing the slowness, exhale. Inhale, bringing it up and over. And this time, let's exhale into the cactus arms. Pause there, relax the shoulders. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades back, elbows back, tight abs, grounded feet. So let's contract the legs, contract the abs. And exhale, just hinge forward. So you keep that flat back. Inhale, bring those arms up over if you can. If not, just keep it at cactus. Exhale, back to cactus pose. Inhale, lengthen back up, hinging. And we should be hinging from the hips, keeping that flat back. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, arms up over. Exhale, back to cactus arms. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, hinge forward. This time, let's bring the arms together. So starting to bring palms together. We're still hinged forward. Draw the elbows and forearms pressing together. Inhale, open back up to cactus. Exhale, draw it up to sitting. Inhale, hinging forward. Exhale, moving the palms together, zipping down, trying to bring elbows pressing together as best we can. Inhale, open back out. Exhale, opening, lengthening up. Let's go ahead and just inhale, draw it back. And exhale, gently release. Let's move through the shoulders here. Still staying with that Ujjayi breath. So it might slow you down. That's fine. Focusing on the breath. And let's move the shoulders opposite direction. So whichever way you were rolling, simply moving the other way. And release. So if you would like to add an option, I'm going to bring my ball. Remember, at home, you can always just use a cushion, rolled up yoga mat, something that just doesn't hurt you and also brings that space enough where you can squeeze together. Find that alignment. Knee, ankle, and toes are straight forward from those knees, grounded feet. Let's start off with our cat-cow. So hands to knees. Hinge forward, flatten, lengthen the back. Let the shoulders relax. Take that nice deep breath. And as we exhale, round the back, chin into chest, navel to spine. We're going to change this up a little bit. Let's inhale. Bring the gaze forward, widen out through the shoulders, the chest, deep breath. And this time on our exhale, it's a lion's breath. So tongue to chin, eyes cross, I know, kind of funny, right to that third eye. So you're looking towards the third eye. One more breath here. Inhale through the nose, coming forward. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, forward. Last one, I swear. I must have forgot. It's fun doing lion's breath, right? Inhale. Let's go ahead and gently release. Start to bring those arms up. And exhale, relaxing those arms nice and slow back down. Now we're going to come from the sides like we do for our twisting, but we're coming down and then just lift up to that T posture, so palms face down. Bring the gaze back if we can. And exhale, release that twist. Hands, arms by our sides. Inhale, other side. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last set. Inhale. Exhale. Trying to find that Ujjayi breath again. Inhale. Exhale. From there, let's inhale, bring those arms up, over. We're going to interlace those fingers. Now, if this doesn't work for you, just stack those hands, okay? But we're going to interlace the fingers, drop behind the head, open the elbows, relax the shoulders as you open those elbows out to the side. Abs are working. Let's just tilt into our lateral flexion. Keep grounded, soles of the feet and glutes as we exhale to the side. As we inhale, let's bring it back up through center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Last set. Exhale. Stay grounded. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And now let's exhale. Release that, palms down, out to the side. Relax the shoulders. Let's just bring a gaze over one side, looking to the fingertips. Keep the shoulders relaxed, but extending through the fingertips. Coming back to Ujjayi breath for 2 more times. Let's release the hands, but we're going to watch that one hand come down just to help us bring the chin down towards the armpit. From there, allow the chin to press down. We're going to move all the way across the chest, but we're taking our time all the way until we look at the opposite fingertips here. Chin is towards that armpit. Let's inhale, bring it back up. T posture, relax those shoulders, extend through the fingers. Abs are nice and tight. Grounded feet. Coming back into 2 Ujjayi breaths. Gently start to release. We are going to bring our gaze with those fingertips once again. Releasing down to the side. Chin now is towards the armpit. Let's press down all the way over to the other side. And we're just going to look down to that other side's fingertips. And then bring it back to center of chest here. As we bring center chest, let's re-interlace those fingers or stack the hands, either one. Behind the head once again, elbows open. Let's go ahead and release those elbows forward down. Get grounded here. Tuck in the abs, length through the spine, except through the neck. And then as we inhale, let's open up. Start to lift that chin. Press the head back. Open through the elbows. And let's exhale. Release the chin down into chest, arms forward down. Inhale, opening back up. Coming back into the Ujjayi breath. Exhale, bringing it forward and down. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, opening up, lifting up. And exhale, release. Now as we release chin into chest, let's go ahead and release the hands. From there, bring the head back to neutral. Relax the shoulders. We're going to give a little bit of attention to our neck here by pressing with our hands. So take a hand, you're going to place it on the side of the head, and you're going to press against the head, and the head is going to press against the hand. So both are working, the head, the neck, and the arm and shoulder. So really pressing, keeping that neutral as we press, so we're engaging the side of the neck. Let's go ahead and release that. We're simply going to move to the other side. So palm on the other side, pressing in, simultaneously head pressing into the hand. So arm, hand pressing into our head, head pressing into the hand. And let's exhale, release that. Still having tension here in the neck. Relax the shoulders, make a fist. Let's bring that right center of the forehead. Press again. So you're pressing into the forehead. Forehead is pressing into the fist. Let's take one more breath here. Now, let's go ahead and take those interlaced fingers. We're going to bring it behind the head again. If not, hands stacked. This time pressing forward. So allow those elbows to come forward. You're pulling forward. Simultaneously push into the head, into the hands. Really pressing back so that we're using those back neck muscles. So you're still looking neutral. You're just pressing back. Abs are engaged here. Let's go ahead and gently release that. And from there, let's go ahead and release that ball. We're going to open our stance, coming into some of our warriors. For right now, we're just going to use bent knees, wide legs, get comfortable on your seat, feel safe and secure. Find the ankle alignment, toes pointing off the same direction as your knees. So we're going to start off with our side angle pose. Let's go ahead and bring palm faces up, bring the forearm down. Now for this side angle, we're going to change it up a little bit. I always talk about that alignment. We're going to start with that at first. Take that other hand, let's bring it behind the back, reaching for that opposite hip or this side basically where you're leaning to already. Allow the shoulders to open. Take a moment to find that neutral alignment. Take a couple of breaths before we add some of the neck and head here. And then what I usually say not to do, we're going to do today. So you're still pressing shoulder to elbow, but you're going to let the head come down to that shoulder. Relax it a little bit. We're going to come into 3 Ujjayi breaths. This is stretching and lengthening the neck. So gaze is still forward. You're just releasing ear towards that shoulder. 2 more Ujjayi breaths here. From there, gently just move the head to neutral, gazing back forward. See if we can't find that alignment, that strength in the shoulder and neck. And then gently start to press ourselves up. Now as we press ourselves up, the hand that was back, let's bring it down. The other hand, so we're doing reverse warrior. The other hand comes all the way up. Palm's gonna face us, and we're gonna look up for the first couple of breaths here. Now exhale, keep that length, bring the gaze forward back to neutral, still lengthening, opposite arms are lengthening away from each other. And now we're just going to hinge the head over to the shoulder that is dropped. So once again, letting that stretch happen. Now take that arm that is lengthened, rotate till the palm is forward, and then rotate palm away. Then take that arm, come back into a T posture, palm is down, stretching through the fingertips, stretching through the shoulder and neck. 2 more Ujjayi breaths here. On that next inhale, gently just start to bring the head back to neutral. So take your time, don't do it quickly. And then let's release that arm. Now we have both arms coming to the knees, hands on knees. You could use arm strength here. We're going to start off with an inhale as we hinge forward. So let's just inhale here. Exhale, release it all out. Navel to spine, relax the shoulders. Let's inhale, expand through the abs, chest as we come forward, down. Exhale, pressing back up, noticing the awareness in the low back, mid back, and towards the back. Inhale again. Exhale, bringing yourself up. And we are still working with that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pressing up. And we're going to do this one more time with this breath, paying attention to our back body. Exhale, bring it up. Relax the shoulders here. Simply coming onto the other side. So once again, palm up, forearm down. Take a moment, align the spine, keep that length. Start to stack the shoulders. That other hand comes wrapping around the back side of our body, low, and reaching for that other hip. Start to lengthen here, first finding our neutral within the spine. Now as we exhale, we're going to do the ear towards the shoulder, the dropped shoulder coming down, letting yourself lean or relax into this. So the body is still lengthened, we still have that neutral spine, abs tucked in, but we're letting the head relax, getting that neck length. 2 more Ujjayi breaths. From there, gently lift the head just to neutral. From neutral, start to lengthen, start to release that back arm, bring it back up. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring those arms up and over. We're just going to have a 1 sunflower while sitting. So start to root back down through the legs, soles of the feet. Nice big circle with the arms, abs are tucking in. We feel the length throughout the spine. Inhale, drawing it up and over. And exhale, release. From there, we're going to take the opposite arm. So this was the arm we were hinged with. Remember that. We're going to take that arm up. The other arm comes down. Remember, palms are facing towards our body. So coming into that reverse warrior, gazing upward to start off with. Coming back into that Ujjayi breath. From there, bring the gaze back to neutral. Keep the arms the same. We're going to take that top arm. Let's slowly rotate forward with the palm of the hand and then rotate away from us. From there, bring that arm down to a T posture. Release the head the opposite way with the shoulder that's released. Let's find 3 more breaths here. One more breath. And if you notice the other side was just too difficult to bring that head back up to neutral slowly, you could always take that hand and just gently press up, especially if there's any pain, and release both arms back down. Let's come back up with the arms, inhaling, reaching up and over. We are going to do our sunflower again. So exhale, staying right where we're at. Bringing the arms back, fingertips come together. We have another option for our sunflower. It's up to you whether you go back and forth or use one or the other option. Let's exhale. The other one is hinge with a nice flat back, bringing the same big circle around. And then inhale, let's press it back up. Exhale, forward and down or sitting up. Inhale, lengthening back up. Keep those legs nice and grounded, using legs, abs. Exhale, forward, down. Inhale, bring it back up. Let's move right into moonflower. Exhale, elbows are gonna guide us all the way down to our rib cage. Palms are gonna remain forward with this one. Inhale, lengthen up. If we feel that the lower back dips inward, make sure we draw the navel into the spine, lengthen through the tailbone, bringing those elbows back down to the rib cage. Palms forward, let's inhale, bringing it up and over. Exhale. Inhale, up and over. Last one for moonflower. We're going to bring it into flower. So exhale, elbows come all the way down to that rib cage. Really draw it in. Palms are still forward facing. Let's get nice and grounded, engaging those legs, abs tucking in, really lengthening that low back. And then switch to palms facing up. Continue to draw those elbows in. So we have elbows in and elbows to fingertips, lengthening, palms up. And just as wide as we can open those arms, or we have those elbows into our waist. Let's go ahead and exhale, keep those elbows in. We're just going to bring those hands, palms up, crossing in front of us while keeping elbows in. Inhale, back out to the sides. Exhale, bringing it slowly back in. Keep those abs nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And let's exhale. Release those hands. All right, and maybe even release a little bit into the legs because we were holding that tension. So just take a moment, allow yourself to release. Let's bring hands back to the knees here for a moment. And inhale, just lift the heels. Engage our legs, especially the lower legs. And release the heels back down. This time, let's bring toes and balls of the feet up. Getting that stretch behind the leg into the calf muscle and ankle. And releasing down. Let's inhale, bring the heels up. Exhale, start to release down. Nice deep Ujjayi breath. Inhale, toes and balls of the feet. Exhale, release. Last set. Inhale, lifting those heels. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift toes and balls of the feet. And exhale, release. Let's take those hands behind. If we have a chair that we can grab, that's wonderful. If not, we happen to be in a stool, maybe grabbing the back bottom of the stool. So wherever you're at today, if we can soften those elbows, soften them, and then squeeze the elbows towards one another. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Keep those abs tucked in. As the abs may want to start moving forward, draw them in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now, if you can, start to lengthen the arms, just hinging forward. You're using the abs here to press the heart forward. Shoulder blades are still squeezed together. Start to look slightly down, and then draw the chin into chest. And let's go ahead and bring the gaze forward. So inhale, looking forward. And now we're going to start to bring that chin into chest, just like we would cat. Inhale, bringing the gaze forward. Exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, gazing forward. And last one, exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, forward. Exhale, just gently lift back up, release the arms. Take a nice deep breath and maybe shrug the shoulders up to the ears and then gently release. All right, we're gonna work a little bit into the legs. So bring the hands this time to the bottom of the chair, just directly behind your legs. And then start to lengthen out to our straddle. We're gonna start off with plantar flexion. So you may not see my feet and toes, but they are pointed straight out, everything in alignment here. Then let's find our alignment within the spine. So roll those shoulders back, hang on to the chair, draw those abs in, lift through the heart, slightly draw the chin in, finding your gazing point. Let's exhale, start to slowly bring those legs back into hip width distance apart. As we inhale, open back out. Exhale, slowly bring it in. Nice deep Ujjayi breaths with this. Inhale, back out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, back out. Pause there. Let's bring in exhale as we draw those toes towards our nose. So we're in dorsiflexion. Those toes are now towards us. Let's find our alignment again. So roll those shoulders back. Our legs are really working here. Let's go ahead and start to exhale. Bring the feet back to hip width distance apart. As we inhale, back out to the sides, keeping that dorsiflexion. Exhale, finding that Ujjayi breath to slow us down. Inhale. Remembering the slower we go, the harder this is. So anything where we're really slowing down and controlling the movement is always harder. Inhale, opening and lengthening back out to the side. And let's exhale, release those legs. Take a moment, come forward, hip width distance apart. Let's go ahead and just find our yoga marching. So you're just looking for knees coming up. I like to say bring them up towards the chest because sometimes our legs want to move out to the sides. So just bringing them up towards the chest, taking a moment, finding that movement. And then bringing the soles of the feet back down. So we're going to come back to our cat-cow. I like to call this elephant, as the elephant ears are our legs, and we're inhaling and really expanding through the trunk. So that's what we're going to do. So get grounded here. We are hip width distance apart. When the knees open, it's going to look like this. You open up the knees, allow the feet to face each other. Allow the lateral side of the foot to take some of that pressure as you start to open up through the belly, through the chest, and have that expanding breath. This is our elephant or cow. So inhale here. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet grounded, draw back for cat. Inhale, coming back into that elephant posture. Still using that Ujjayi breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale, elephant. Exhale, grounding cat. Inhale, elephant. Exhale, cat. Go ahead and release. We're going to just lift back up into a neutral spine here. Take that nice deep breath. Exhale, release down. Let's bring our glutes all the way back. Now, the reason why I bring the glutes all the way back for our chair ups is just to make sure that chair is really there for us, because it could be scary if we're pretty far out and then we lift up into our chair up and where's our chair? We don't want to fall back on the ground. So safety and security first. So bring it all the way back. Get grounded with the feet, hip width distance apart. Take a nice deep breath. We're using a flat back. You could always have hands on legs to help press you up, or hands on chair to keep that guide as well as press you up. Let's exhale, starting heart forward, flat back. Inhale, press either into the chair, into the legs, lift up gently. Stay hovering here. We're going to stay for 2 more breaths. One more breath, checking in knees, making sure they're not surpassing the toes. And let's go ahead and release down. We're going to lengthen legs and arms up. So just really get that good stretch. If you need to, point those toes for a minute, for a second. Bring it back down. We're not going to hold that for a minute. Let's exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, drawing slightly up. And this time moving with the breath. Exhale, go ahead and release back down. Inhale, up and over. So now it's breath by breath. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, coming forward, down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, up and over. And let's just exhale, release. I'm sure you're starting to feel that in the quads. If you are, scoot it forward. Little trick is use the blade of your forearm here and simply bring it towards yourself. Press down to the knee. And you have two options. You could just bring it back up towards the hip and yourself, or you could just pick it up and bring it back down towards the knee. Go ahead and do both sides, whether you're pressing towards that knee or maybe even pulling towards the hip. So whichever works for you. Let's go ahead and do it one more time on each side. Just getting those quad muscles. A little bit of self-massage always helps, especially if we don't get a chance to get to a therapist, which I could say maybe a lot of us don't get that chance. So let's inhale, bring those arms up and over. We are going to come into our forward fold. So check in with your alignment. Check in with the feet that are grounded. Take another deep Ujjayi breath. Remember, we can stay in flat back for some of us. Exhale, you choose whether it is rounding all the way forward over the lap, or maybe for some of us, it's palms on the knees, draw the elbows in and just lengthen and draw the chin slightly in, finding that lengthened back. Either one is fine. Wherever we're at, let's inhale, palms face down, finding that T posture. So those of us that were on hands on knees, still the same thing. You just keep that flat back, just drawing from shoulders to fingertips here. Exhale, release forward down. Two more times. Inhale, Ujjayi breath lifts us up. Part way. Exhale, releases us. Inhale, lifting up. Flat back. Exhale, release forward down. Last one, we inhale, root to rise as we lift up, flat back. Bring the arms all the way up and over. And let's bring palms facing down towards the crown of our head. Start to stack. Bring the hands down. Now, we're going to be kind of fighting with our hands here. So let's go ahead and take one hand, rotate the bottom hand that it faces upward so that we can have that fight basically. So bottom hand rotates upward. Palms are together. Bring it back, resting on top of the crown, the top of the head. And now start to take that bottom hand, press against the top hand. Top hand presses against the bottom hand. So we're basically having that fight here with the hands, the arms, but slowly starting to pull up off the top of the head and starting to really press up. Keep the elbows hinged. Keep working those arms, work those abs. Allow the feet to stay nice, firm, grounded, working the legs. And then let's go ahead and bring it back down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Start to bring it up on an inhale. We're pressing the palms together. Exhale, bring it back down. Okay, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, remembering which hand was on top of the other because we're going to let it go for just a moment. Release through the shoulders. As we draw the shoulders back, palms up, hinge elbows in, chin into chest. Take 2 more Ujjayi breaths here. neutral gaze. Relax those shoulders, relax the arms. Maybe even shake it a little bit. So we're just shaking those hands a little bit because we are going to move. Opposite hand will be underneath. So we'll use the other side. It will be 3 times. Let's go ahead and bring it back up. So the other palm now faces up. Palm of the other hand faces down. Stacking once again right on top of the head. And then starting to press both hands into each other, lifting off the head. We're just lifting. Those elbows stay hinged, but we're lifting just as much as we can with the elbows hinged, with the palms pressing into each other, and releasing back down. So the next few are going to be inhale, pressing. Exhale, releasing back to the top of the head. Inhale, pressing. Exhale, releasing. Last one here. Inhale, pressing. Exhale, releasing. Let's go ahead and release those arms again, all the way out, nice and slow. Inhale, bring those arms forward and up. Exhale, just reach back. Still lengthen arms, reaching back, slowly rotating, bringing it back down. Inhale, let's do this a couple more times. Sticking with that Ujjayi breath as we expand, exhaling down. One more time. Exhale. Let's move the other direction, starting on an inhale, bring it back. Lifting up, remember Ujjayi breath, exhale, palms can face each other if you would like. Bringing it back down. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. One more time, inhale. Exhale. From there, come a little bit forward, not so much forward that you lose your stability or your safety. So just make sure that you're comfortable, you're still safe and comfortable in this chair, that is not tipping or tilting you out. Softness in the knees, we're simply extending through. Our feet are completely flat on the ground. Just in case you can't see here, I'll scoot back a little bit, hip width distance apart, knees soft, hands right on top of the knees. Let's roll the shoulders back and just find a nice flat back, not a lot of pressure into the knees. And then as we exhale, hinge forward with that flat back, glide the hands just below the knees. Pause there. Take a moment to press into your shins. Draw those shoulder blades back, really splaying open the shoulders, heart, gazing down. Let's tighten those abs, lengthen through the crown, really press, lengthen arms, palms down into the shins. Couple more Ujjayi breaths here. Now you could either keep it here in this nice flat back and even keep pressurizing if you would like, or you can start to just glide down, no pressure on the shins now, and just release the head, the shoulders, the neck, and reaching for the feet, the toes. On an inhale, start to lift the head. If you were not lifting the head, hands come back to shins. Let's first lift back into half back. Pause there again, either mid shins or just directly under those knees. Press into them, roll those shoulders back, lengthen by drawing the chin slightly in, draw the abs in, lengthen through the back. Take a nice deep breath. Then from there, nice tight legs. Inhale, flat back, lifting us up and over as we draw up and over. And exhale, release down. Now we're going to take the feet. Let's see if we can balance on the heels by drawing the toes towards the nose. Remember, softness in the knees. This time you could either hang on to the chair or you can still have hands on lap, just not a lot of pressure pressing down. So glide those hands to the knees. Once we come to the knees, pause there. Maybe some of us stay in flat back and just draw those elbows in and start to hinge forward just as much as we can. Others can take those hands, continue to glide down the legs. Continue to reach for those toes. And when you would like, if you would like to move from flat back into a rounded back, let's do it on an exhale. So exhale, release head, release the back, the shoulders. And then on an inhale, let's move it back into a half back. So inhale, drop the shoulders, lengthen, chin into chest. Exhale, again, release and round. Inhale, coming into flat back. Exhale, release and round. Inhale, flat back. And now let's exhale, stay in flat back, bring the hands to the shins, start to glide back up. Glide back up till we're just below the knee. Again, let's press right below the knee, roll those shoulders back, lengthen through the spine. Take that nice deep Ujjayi breath, letting it go. And then inhale, root to rise, still on those heels, lifting up and over. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. All right, releasing those feet back to us, back underneath, back into that alignment here. Let's take a moment. We're not going to do too much, but grab your belt, towel, tie. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You could do the same thing with the arms that we're going to do with the belt. So at first, you're just going to bring it up. Stay nice and grounded. One arm, choose to point those fingers up, and in the number 4 thumb, you're just going to let that belt kind of glide. You're going to keep that palm face forward, take the other hand and glide down till we're in T posture. Fingertips now point out to the side, palm faces down. Try to draw the shoulder blades back towards one another. Keep the abs tucked in. And now we're going to look to the side with the lifted, raised arm. So looking to that side. Draw the arms as far back as we can out of our gazing point. One more Ujjayi breath here. And exhale, first bring the head back to neutral. Now keep this stance. We're simply going to switch sides. Other palm is now raised forward as the other one is out to the side, palm facing down. From there, draw the shoulder blades once again down and back towards one another, and then take the gaze over to the side with the lifted arm. Couple of Ujjayi breaths here. Let's bring that gaze forward. Bring that belt back down and to the side. That's all we're going to do with the belt today. So before we get ready for Shavasana, take a moment, get back comfortable in the chair. We're just going to move through the neck. So relax the shoulders, relax the arms, and just allow the head to tilt towards one side. And we're going to make full circles this time. So you're going to allow the chin with relaxed shoulders to move down towards the chest, rolling across the chest until the opposite ear comes to the opposite shoulder. Now as that happens and you bring the gaze forward, let's shrug our shoulders up to the ears. Continue now, while the shoulders are shrugged, to draw the head back all the way over until the opposite ear comes to the shoulder, gazing forward again. Release, relax the shoulders, allow the chin to move down across the chest, nice and slow. Over to the opposite side, bring the gaze forward. As the gaze comes to neutral forward, lift the shoulders back up, contracting. Start to allow the head to come back, lifting chin. Allow it to come all the way across to the other side As you start to bring the gaze forward on the other side, ear drops to that shoulder, shoulder drops. As the shoulder drops, continue to allow the chin to come down. We're going to stop in center chest here, so pause there. Bring the head back to neutral. This time starting on the opposite side as we exhale, ear towards the shoulder, shoulders relaxed. Release the chin coming down into the chest. So we're simply moving the opposite way. We just started from center. Move it back to the other shoulder. As you do, gaze comes forward, lift the shoulders back up. Then allow the gaze to lengthen up, chin up off chest. Keep the shoulders shrugging till we bring the ear to the other shoulder. Release the shoulders, allow the chin to come forward down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Slowly across the chest, other side, gaze forward. Then draw those shoulders back up, contracting. Start to lift the chin. Allow yourself to move across the back part. Come to the other side, relax those shoulders. Chin comes back down across the chest. This is our last one. Moving to the other side, start to draw those shoulders back up to contraction, protecting our neck as we move back. And then moving, looking forward, releasing. And remember, we're just going to come right down, chin into chest. Inhale, bring it up. Let's hope we got a lot of neck work, whether we were really working it or we were lengthening and stretching it. So we're getting ready for Shavasana now. Find your spot where you have created some space for yourself. And I guess before we get all the way down to Shavasana, thank you, Margaret McCormick, for coming. Erin Childers, nice to see you. And Ruth Nufchisi, nice to see you too. All right. And we have lots of people here as well. So we have Paula, we have Irma, we have Brenda, Carrie, and Jody here. So lots joining in. Thank you. Getting down now into our comfortable spot. Thank you. What was that? Really good. Yeah. Okay. As long as I can speak through the rest. All right. Finding our spot. So as we begin to relax our back, our body, make sure that we're comfortable, that there's no pain somewhere telling us to move or moving us around. So just allow yourself to relax, whether it's sitting against a wall, in a chair, couch, maybe the bed, the floor. Start to focus by closing the eyes and bringing it into the breath. We can start off with a few Ujjayi breaths here just to bring that attention to our throat chakra. And now wherever you're at, let's go ahead and just gently bring both hands softly and gently over the throat chakra, just resting for a few breaths, trying to bring that awareness to the throat. So here, as we have hands over our throat chakra, we're listening to our every breath. So take a moment and just listen to the breath. Now releasing the hands if you had it at the throat, and just coming into a natural neutral breath, allowing yourself to just relax into this. Vishuddha is the purification center as it draws us into creativity and self-expression. Relaxing the body, letting go as we just pay attention to the breath once again. We move from a grounded point of fixed earth into the ever-flowing waters of creativity and senses. As fire transforms and enlightens our energy force, moving us upward, forward, into the winds of freedom, where we begin to purify our self-expression as we learn to transform our negative experiences into wisdom and learning. Listening to the breath, listening to your inner self, allowing you to align and center before taking the action of speaking. We are now moving into the realms of wisdom and understanding as we balance the aspect of knowledge, which is then expressed, leading to the action or the act of creation. So let's turn inward into our internal dialogue, creating healthy thoughts, healthy feelings, and healthy ideas. So starting to become aware of our own personal inward dialogue, our thoughts, how we feel. And if we find that we have negative thoughts or feelings, soon as we have that attention that that's happening within, immediately starting to release it, just letting it go, and maybe even thanking it, not being angry or upset at yourself or mad at yourself for having those thoughts, but just releasing it, just becoming aware of those thoughts so that we can make that change within. Our goal is positive, constructive communication, being responsible for our words as we create balance between listening and speaking, seeking and sharing of truth using social skills, personal integrity, and honor. This is where you can take a pause, coming back to the breath, taking that moment, even in a tough situation, pausing and just taking a breath, allowing your mind to filter what is happening, the words from others, the actions from others, or what is all around you, as we use discernment, asking ourselves before we choose to speak, is it necessary? Is it truthful? And can we say this with compassion and empathy? Seek to express ourselves through kindness without harm. We naturally connect to our sacral chakra, our center of emotions and creativity, as we begin to emphasize on expressing and projecting that creativity into the world through our voice. . And as we come back to the breath, knowing we could always do those 3 things whenever we're in a tight situation, we feel the anxiety coming up and rising within us, or possibly our temper or anger. We could always stop, pause, take a breath, especially deep breathing. So taking that deep breath, being able to filter our thoughts, using discernment, and then always checking in with yourself, asking, can I say this truthfully, honestly? And can I say it with compassion and empathy? Reminding yourself, is this necessary to say? Coming back to our silent mantra, I infuse my thoughts and words with an open heart of compassion. I infuse my thoughts and words with an open heart of compassion. Connecting all 3 chakras, the heart, the throat, and the third eye. I infuse my thoughts and words with an open heart of compassion. Last time, silent mantra. I infuse my thoughts and words with an open heart of compassion. Releasing that, coming back to a nice deep breath here. Allowing it to fill the body as the body starts to bring back awareness into the mind, to the place we've created for ourselves. The space we've created. And just starting to bring movement back. Fingers, toes, maybe even our head moving side to side. When you feel like you have that movement back here, take that wonderful stretch overhead where we lengthen those arms, lengthen the legs, contract the body just as much as we can in whatever stance you are in. So even if it's arms by the side, making fists and just contracting the body. When you're ready, if you're on the ground by chance or lying down, you can bring knees into chest, allow the back to round, stretch, maybe rock side to side, giving a little bit of a massage. And from there, you could always move to the side in fetal position. And just remembering trying to keep that back length as you press the palms into the hands and pressing away from the earth, bringing yourself back up. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Appreciate it. Om Shanti Shanti. And since I forgot at the beginning, Namaste as well.
Om Shanti Shanti.
Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful weekend. Remembering to breathe, as that is the first part of our awareness of causing that pause, especially if we're really upset about anything. So just trying to allow yourself that moment to filter those thoughts before we speak, and using those valuable ears, listening skills of not having devices or other things around us that are distracting from that conversation, and waiting for the person to be fully heard before saying something. All right, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back next week.